before I even start, would like you guys to just close your eyes. Would like you just to close your eyes. I want you to breathe in deeply. All right. And I'm going to help you release any anxiety. And I would like for you to, what I would like you to do is close your eyes, breathe in, hold it for 3 seconds. After I ding, and then after that, I want you to just sort of like pat yourself. Would you say like, how would you say this?
That and a squeeze.
Yeah, just want you to squeeze. All right, I want you to do this 3 times. All right. All right. We're gonna start now. Okay, 1, 2, 3. All right, breathe in. Okay, I'm gonna do that again. All right. I'm gonna do it one more time. All right. I want you to breathe deeper, and when you release, I just want you to just do this action. Amazing. Amazing. All right. I wanted to do a collective reading, guys. I wanted to conduct a collective reading because I thought it was the right time, because we're going to be, I know a lot of people may be busy because of holiday commitments, and I wanted to just focus on a message just before maybe you may not be able to go on my lives. So I was like, you know what, let's do it just before I get, just before everyone gets busy. So today, I want you guys to really focus on understanding that we are at the end of 2025. Hello. And I would like you guys to think of the things that you are needing to release for 2025. This is about really shifting and pushing yourself. There may be some uncomfortable things that you may need to do. There may be some friends that you don't really align with. There may be some family members that you may not align with. There may be some ideas. There may be a career path that you know you've got to divert, pivot, change. All of these things are very important for you to harness a new chapter in your life by releasing things that don't warrant that space, that don't warrant that room, and really welcoming a part of yourself that is the uncharted territory. It is very, very important for you guys to do so, because as you are ending in the 9-year releasing, it's about starting over with clear clarity in the 1 year. All right. Next year is a 10. If you add all those numbers up, 2026 is 2 plus 2 plus 6 is a 10, which also condenses to a 1. It's a new cycle. It's important for people to start over in terms of using your initiative. This could be about if you want to really start fresh. This is a new chapter, and it is important for you guys to use the energy of numerology as a new cycle, because this 1 year is going to be from 1 year for the next 9 years is a cycle itself. All right. So I really want you to really contemplate what you'd want to welcome in your life, but as well, it's about releasing the energies that you don't want to be hanging out with somebody, or something that you don't want to align yourself with. That's just the most important thing. I'm now going to shuffle the tea leaf oracle cards, and I'm now going to be sending over the message for spirit. Okay. Shout out to everyone here. Lovely. Cool. And now I'm going to be utilizing the Heart's Hidden Oracle cards, okay? So I've got a couple of Oracle cards in which I will be Yes, I'll be dealing, placing, and I will send you and deliver the message. All right? Okay. Nice. So, let's get into it. So, the messages that I've got from Spirit, especially with the Oracle cards, is you've got the peace, which is about balance, harmony, and friendship. So, I really want you to utilize your intentions in regards to say, what is going to bring me peace? What do I need to value for my peace? What do I need to do in order for myself to feel this way? What is it that is important for me right now? It's an energy of selfishness. It's an energy of needing to put yourself first before anyone else. And I've also got finality, which is about goodbyes, what you're leaving behind, and a closure. It makes sense because we are in a 9 year. A 9 year is basically the element of it of releasing, saying goodbyes, and effectively shutting a certain door. Are you prepared to do this? You have an opportunity for the next 2 weeks to think about it. It's important for you guys to do it now, as soon as. That's the most important thing. The closer that you can make a decision on something and stand on it is going to be easier for you for the next cycle of your life. What is at stake may be your pride, so maybe your ego. Your ego may be affected. You may be feeling like you're challenged because of these changes. You know that certain things are not good for you. You know that certain ideas are not aligning with you anymore. You know that people, friends, relationships, they need to be put in question, and even of your own career. So I really want you to put a centerpiece of yourself and ask yourself these questions. If you can answer these questions during these 2 weeks, effectively, you yourself are going to get the answers that you solely want. I've got commitment. So I've got marriage, promises, fidelity. So the idea of commitment itself. Next year, you may be thinking about relationships, i.e., marriage. So you're ending an idea of connections that don't warrant your space. It's important for you guys to think about solely about your commitment, especially in a 1 year for next year. So any ideas that you yourself need to remove, great time to do so to activate the new chapters in your life. I've got the energy of depth. So this is about awareness, importance, and value. Value yourself even more. This is the most important time for you guys to really value yourself. This is the most important time that you think about this from an energy of what truly is needed for my life. So that's the truth and the reality. I think at the end of the day, right, you need to really be hyper aware of all of these things. Because if you're able to do so, you're able to be quicker before anyone else, if that makes any sense. Like, you'll be able to move accordingly. So yeah, I think at the end of the day, I want you to know that you've got to value one thing, which is time. Time itself. Value your time, value your own energy. If people are wasting your time, you're gonna have to really put your energy and put your foot down and say, you know what, you can't be taking the, you know what I'm saying, taking the mick, taking the piss. And at the end of the day, you're gonna say to yourself, do these people actually warrant my time, my space, any of that? That's effectively the most important thing. I think at the end of the day, when we're here now, and I would urge you guys to take this time and really contemplate these feelings, contemplate your thoughts, and really mark this time as to say, I'm going to not listen to what anybody else thinks, but what is important for myself. I've got the casket. So someone's going out of your life, the end of a situation. As I said before, there's endings of friendships. There's many endings of ideas. There's many endings of, even for example, social media. You might want to start again. You might you might want to start over again. You might not ever you might want to start a new business. You might want to start something which gives you a new lease of life. So I would implore you to really put a marker down and close a certain chapter. Because if you truly want change, the change that you solely want to manifest, it's coming, but you gotta make space for that. I've got dog far away. A distant friend is thinking of you. So again, guys, think about the people you wanna catch up with, connect with. Even think about the people that you don't want to connect with no more. It's about discerning and think about the quality of your friendships rather than quantity. You know, there is so many access for people nowadays that it is important for us to be more aware of our own energies and understand that we have to value ourselves first before even integrating or having any type of energetic transaction. Okay? I've got table, so there may be some hard work ahead. This hard work is all about you may be starting over again work wise. Could be about business. This could be about a new chapter in terms of how you want to shape shift your health. All of these things are all important. It's about putting an intention and saying, this is what I'm going to do. We can't, especially in the first new year, especially in the 1 year, it's not good to be like a headless chicken. It's important for us to set the intentions in order for us to get and feel like us creating a certain path, a pathway that's going to be very, very, I would say it's going to be very beneficial for all of us. As long as you have your head strong and you're saying, this is what I'm going to do, set the intention straight. Okay. I've got cup, and it says you should accept valid criticism. So if there's certain things that you've got to be accountable for, great time for you to be accountable for certain things, as accountability is our superpower. I'm also saying to you guys that if you give it, just prepared that somebody might be able to give it back to you, if that makes any sense. But essentially, it's about having feedback, providing feedback, receiving feedback. I've got the unicorn, and the unicorn says, use your intuition to make beneficial change. As I said, guys, everybody is source. Everybody is source. Everybody can use your intuition and really set aside what decisions that you've got to make. All right. I've got the protection from a powerful friend. So as I said, guys, you're going to be, there is a test that you guys need to, there is a test that you've got to discern as well, making better decisions. And this is about connections, quality over quantity. Really focus on these things as well. I've got the funnel, which is about period of frustration, lessons to be learned. So you may be feeling that there may be a level of frustration that will be that you may have, and it's important for you guys to really use logic and apply logic for the end of 2025. For those that just joined, I'm going to make a quick summary. So the summary is 2025, we've got 2 weeks left, and it's important for everybody to really hyper focus and put a lot of time within themselves in making decisions that may be challenging, decisions that will allow you to have space for next year. This is the quality of friendship, the quality of career, the quality of life, and the quality of your own value. I would even suggest that if it's a friend, a family member, a business, all of these things, if certain routines, certain people you don't value, if you are not feeling that a certain situation is giving you energy, there is a reason for you to release it. I would heavily suggest for you to release that energy and really take a deep dive into the energy of selfishness. Okay, that's the most important thing. So selfishness is the most important thing. What you feel is going to take you to the next level. We're heading into the 1 year. For the next, it's a next new 9 year cycle. So the decisions that you make prior towards next year is going to be very important. Very important. So I would utilize this time to really set and put your what you call it, really set a marker on and say, this is what I'm going to do. That's the most important thing. All right. I'm now going to be using the tarot. Let's use the tarot. I'm now going to be now going to be using the tarot, and I'm going to see what the collective needs to hear. Okay, let's see. Shout out to everyone here. Hope you guys are happy, healthy, doing the things that you love doing each and every time. Okay. So this is technically a little bit of a confirmation of what I said, but I'm going to provide you guys a little bit more insight from the tarot, especially what is needed. Okay, cool. So, a lot of people are going through a series of their thoughts are being trapped at this moment in time because there are a lot of things that need to happen. I want you to take each situation, maybe it's a problem solving situation, at one problem at a time. I don't want you to go head on. The Eight of Swords is also the feeling that you may not have a resolution towards it. There's always a resolution towards it. It might be a different way of thinking. It may be a situation where you need to be challenged in order for you to get out the best of you. That's just what it is. So sometimes we may be feeling we are trapped of our own thoughts, but there's always, and I associate the Eight of Swords very much like the bird cage. The bird cage, as you can see, a bird inside a cage, right? You may not see that there is an exit door, but there is an exit door, all right? So you have to find a way to get yourself out of you feeling trapped, if that makes any sense. I've also got the energy of the Three of Swords. So the Three of Swords for me is the energy of feeling as if like there is disappointment and there may be some heartbreak, but the pain of it really and truly is temporary, because I'm challenging you for these changes, because change would effectively mean transformation, correct? But if we apply transformation in terms of our own growth as a child, and as we grow up, we go through growing pains, right? The series of growing pains as it is something that's going to help you, provide you to the next steps in your life. I'm letting you know at this moment, it's important for you to give yourself grace, especially with the Knight of Cups. And the Knight of Cups, for me, is very much about giving yourself grace. It might be some difficult moments. You might be feeling as if it's a process where it's hard, but you have to shift. You have to pivot. You have to re-strategize. You have to see things from a bird's eye view. You have to re-angle. And if you're able to see that, the perception of your situation is going to change. Now, I'm seeing, especially with the Two of Swords, is that you'll be making that decision. That being cutting people off. That being a situation where you're going to stick to one plan. And you're going to say, no, I'm going to stand on it because I know ultimately I'm going to learn throughout the situation. I'm also seeing as well that you are needing to vocalize more of your issues with people. Yeah, 100%. Guys, you need to speak up more about yourself. And it feels like you need to back yourself up more in regards to different scenarios and different issues. I feel like it's important for you to really use your throat chakra at this time. So if you need to stand on business about a certain situation, I would heavily suggest for you guys to really stand on business and really speak upon certain things, such as maybe somebody's been a bit of an asshole, excuse me, or maybe somebody has basically said something that may be out of pocket, out of line, something that you may be feeling uncomfortable with because they may be a situation where you haven't said that and you haven't said anything. It's important for you to really speak all of these things with true authenticity. Obviously, don't go out of your way to be horrible, but if it needs to be said, it needs to be said. The truth needs to be pointed out. And it is your duty to make it is your duty for yourself to be loyal. You need to be loyal to yourself. I feel like, and I feel especially with this energy, it's time to really use the energy of the Empress. The Empress is a fierce woman. She is a queen, but she's a speaker of truths, but she does it in a graceful way. Remember, you can do it in a very classy way. So set a meaning towards those people that may have hurt your feelings, and say it with chess, but do it with class. If you're able to do it with class, then I guarantee you'll be able to feel as if that there is going to be you'll be overcoming things. The Ace of Swords is also about the energy of overcoming certain fears. So I'm seeing a lot of people overcoming things, the value upon themselves, a lot of self-love. How do you say something with chess? You say it out wherever you've held. So Emma, when I say is where if it's in you, there's only one way it's gonna get out, and that's through your chest. So if you're gonna say something, you have to say it with meaning. You say what you mean, and you mean what you say. And you do it in order for yourself to feel freed and not feel trapped by the things that you've been holding on to. And that is something that many will overcome. It's important for you, especially on the one day, in a 1 year energy, as of next year, to really set aside, use your initiative, and really vocalize these things, because the one energy is it's a number of leadership, all right? It's a number of leadership, and it is a number of doing. It's a very, very progressive number, and the energy of that is something that I want you guys to take advantage. I want you to use the energy of the 10 energy, right? The one energy. I've got the 10 of wands. So as I said, guys, from the start, really focus on what you guys want to instill for next year. And that's why I keep saying use the 2 weeks that we have left and making plans. People who are not aware, are not truly awakened, they usually wait until the 1st of January. Oh, New Year's resolution. Let me tell you something. Does the New Year's resolution work? Because it doesn't. It absolutely doesn't. So, as I said, please use this time to really start. Go with the B of the bang, and make sure that when you are moving with this plan, you keep going. I'm seeing that there's a restructure. I see that this is a great time to think about relocation. This is a great time to think of if you're looking to move away from state to state or different country, or just exploring in ways you can expand in the ways you live. Great time to do so, and set the intention before the new year. That's what I'm letting you guys know, all right? Another thing, guys, I want you to think about your health. I really want you to think of your health for the next 2 weeks. And I want you to think about ways that you can set goals, and I'm hearing that a lot of people have restless nights. They're not getting enough sleep, or they're not finding ways to sort of like de-stress or decompress properly. so they still got a lot of yesterday's energy still in them. I challenge you guys to find different ways to sort of find an outlet to steam off. And this is definitely going to be something that is important for the 1 year cycle. You want to start as you go, and you want to keep on going, and you want to bring this momentum and the shift for your life. All right. So really focus on that, your mind, body, and spirit. Finding ways to align yourself from your whole chakras. Most importantly, finding ways for you to feel grounded. I feel like health is often something that people talk about, but they're not really focusing it as much as everything else. We often take health for granted, and if we're taking health for granted, taking your health for granted turns into neglect, and you'd rather not have your body, your mind being neglected, especially in a 1 year. Also, guys, I've got the Ace of Cups. So there's definitely a situation where I would like you to empty your cup, to truly, truly empty your cup, to start over again, finding ways of different areas in your life that you feel fulfilled. I want you to challenge yourself. This is important. This is about the next 9 years or 10 years, or you can even make it the next lifetime. Challenge yourself. Put questions to yourself. Does this give me value? Do I feel valued? Do I feel loved? Is this energy is this new pathway gonna benefit me? And finding ways to release those that don't help you at all. I've got the Four of Wands. So the Four of Wands is letting you know that there is going to be a new shift in regarding to community, connections. Next year is a better quality of connections. People are going to go back to basics into finding ways to connect with people a lot more. I give an example. Rather than text, I want you to call. Rather than trying to focus on, there's a way of saying this. I'm just trying to find it. Quality. Oh yeah, your quality of connections. So finding ways to, you have one day where you're actually spending time with a friend, or you have, at least when you're saying quality time, it's quality time. We often neglect that energy of quality time, and if you neglect that quality time, you neglect your own value. So really think about stuff like that. Having a day of appreciation, showing gratitude towards the people that you love, your friendships, having a day in which you are giving as you are donating. Donation doesn't necessarily mean money, but your energy of donation. Do things that you will feel that will basically good deeds. And as for love, and I'm going to just speak shortly on love, because love is something that I feel very much like is coming. I've got the 9 year cycle, right? So you've got the Nine of Cups and the Two of Cups. So there is a lot of wish fulfillment and desires of goals, soulmates, divine union, connections, all of that happening next year in terms of the energy of love. The only way for you guys to do that is to release people energetically that you feel are not going to be something that you're going to take forward. But at the same time, really assert intentions such as, I'm not going to lower myself to make myself feel like this person's coming to me. Have principles. Stand on something regarding romance as well. Because if you stand for everything, you stand for nothing, right? And that's just not on romance. That's just you just having a set of principles. It's going to make you stand out more. And if you're able to put yourself out there and you're able to stand out more in terms of what you want, at least you know that whoever's coming towards you, especially with the tarot, that they mean business, that they're amplifiers, that they will not drain your energy, but they will only amplify your energy. So it's all about making sure that the connection that you have, you've set a boundary, you've set a principle. So when it comes to love itself, it's about setting those type of principles. Okay? Now, I'm going to just shuffle a couple more cards. Spirit, what are the final messages for the collective reading? Wow. Okay, cool. So I've got 4 cards. I've got the world card. So there's definitely an ending to start a new beginning. I'm going to say people need to find ways to interact with more people. Community based. I also feel like people need to, if it's about business, it's about networking. If it's about connections, it's about the quality of connections. The world card may be an energy of travel. You may need to travel more. Doesn't necessarily mean you got to fly, but it's about traveling more in terms of your energy. I've also got the 3 of Cups. So the end of the year marks a year in ways how your decisions, how you're going to make decisions on the basis of having the things that you have already in your life. Like you put a picture in yourself of like, I am the version of myself that I've already manifested. I want you to make decisions on the basis of that. If you're able to make these decisions on the basis of the things that you already have in your mind, then you're going to make better decisions. Because the worst thing that you can do is make decisions based on your scarcity. It's always great to make decisions when you are feeling more abundant, when you have everything, when you feel like you have everything, when you know you have it. I've got the 5 of Pentacles. I'm not going to lie, the instant transaction or the instant transformation may be a series of you saying goodbye to people. But these people have a purpose. They serve their time. They are just karmic cycles. Let it go. And it's important for you guys to let it go. I've got the Hierophant card. So this is about making sure that decisions are done from a heightened level. If you're able to make a decision from a heightened level, that means any decision that you make isn't going to be low vibrational. It's important for you guys to do it from a perspective of your higher self rather than your lower self. If you make a decision based on your higher self, then that means technically it's always been your true desire. So in essence, you're always going to be your most authentic self because of that. All right. So really focus on it. Next year is going to be a challenging year in the aspects of you needing to be challenged. But if you are passing the tests in life, especially in the 1 energy, you're able to win. All right. The energy that I'm saying to you right now is pretty clear. Release the old in order for you to really amplify and attract the new. And there might be some hard situations. You might be feeling a certain connection with a certain person over time. But that certain person over time may not be the person that it is needed. It's surplus to requirements. Okay? So I'm letting you guys know that really and truly, I want you to provide yourself this and make these decisions on the basis that you have everything. If you have everything, then really and truly, how can that decision be wrong? How can it be wrong? Because if you're already operating from scarcity, that means you already knew that decision would have changed if you have everything, right? But yes, guys, that was the collective reading. For those who've missed the early part of the collective reading on TikTok, you're lucky. I'm recording this now on YouTube Live. So if you've missed out on this collective at the start, you can rewatch it. The only thing I will ask is if those in the group, I would like you to like it and I would like you to comment on it on the comments. It will go under as the end of 2025 collective reading. Okay, but that was the collective reading for the whole collective. It isn't just about about my TikTok. It's the whole collective. Because I'm reading everybody's energies and I want you to utilize what you've learned and I want you to take advantage of the information that I'm giving you. The last thing I will say is there are a couple of important dates that'll be coming up for next year, which is the 111 portal, which is the 1st of January, and the first 11 energy, which is the 11th of January, which is the 1111 portal. Those days are very important. Both, well, from there, the portals are very different. I would say the portal for the 101 portal is about creation in terms of creating love, speaking things into existence, and the 1111 portal is more about what you're looking to build. All right, so, and what are you looking to transform into? There's a lot of, if you've got any questions regarding it, regarding numerology on those portals, all you got to do is drop me a private message. And yes, like and subscribe. Follow me on Saucerer X on all platforms. That's on TikTok, Instagram, and on YouTube. All right, they're all cross-platform. Okay, but yes, guys, that was the collective reading. Yeah, appreciate you all.